Don't like to name names, but I used to be really close to them. And he used to smoke in a hotel room. They'd be like, "Oh, blow up." And blow it. I said, "I know, I can smell it. You don't have to hide it."
Like when they do that, they smoke it really
tight,
conservative like that.
They're trying to eat their smoke.
What, so like 4, 5, 6 people per Prem squad at that time? You think it was smoking?
I would say yes.
Really?
Yeah, I would say.
That's interesting.
Yeah. And players that you probably would never ever.
You got to tell me after.
Yeah.
If I come with a name, will you?
Yes. Sorry.
Every Barclays club's ultimate Barclays men, and actually what I would like along the way is if you can kind of pick your favourite so that we can pick the ultimate one for each one, okay?
Ooh,
now don't worry, we've got a long list of players here, and we're going to, as you will have noticed from the first podcast, we're just going to go wherever we want to go. If we have questions, we're going to talk about those different things. But it has become this huge trend. And massive shout out to Cultures Football Podcast, who got it going. When we're talking about FC Bullard and as director of football and president, of course, of FC Bullard, what do you want from a Barclaysman?
Good
James?
question. Well, what is it? Am I right in saying as well, a Barclaysman is a football player that
Correct. So far.
that is in the top.
They're dressing it up,
Like
aren't
the
they?
top
They're dressing
level,
it
because
up a bit, aren't they?
Ronaldo's and the world and the Rio Ferdinand, they're not your Barclaysmen. So are we talking like, is this to give someone like myself, if I must say so, who didn't reach the top levels of...
Well, that's because Fabio Capello's a prick, right? Fucking put him on.
But,
he's flashing his groins at you. Put him on.
There's no Thierry Henry in there or Zola.
No, because but I think it's about... So, I think it's about players that were good, but weren't given the credit that they deserve because Henry and Rio Ferdinand were off doing all that stuff. Yeah.
It's giving them a little glow up, isn't it? Their moment in the sun.
For example...
I want someone, so that question, I'm going to answer it. I want someone that... I don't know.
I think this will help, right? So I wrote down a few things. So,
I was going to say...
One, undercover quality.
Go on.
I think undercover quality is important.
As in...
So, for example, I bet there's players that you played against that were like... People don't talk about those players. But he was... So, for me, with QPR, we'll get to them, because they're definitely in this. I made sure of it. Clinton Hill was unreal. He was an unreal footballer.
Okay.
He was so good at left-back, where he's supposedly slow and he's got no knees or whatever it is. He is an undercover, unbelievable player that people don't want to hear it because I'm saying it and it's QPR. But actually, world class.
Yes.
Well, that's one thing.
So
okay.
Go on.
Did you say Clinton Hill's world class?
Okay, I might have gone
back yourself.
No more for it.
No more Sprite for me. So, undercover quality and
world class as a club.
An essence about them, an aura about them, as we spoke about previously.
Yes.
Bit of character, I feel like I need. We're going to go through a lot of names here.
There's two players that stand out to me.
Okay.
Can I just hit you with the two names?
Give me the name of the club.
Bolton.
We'll come to Bolton. Great tease, well done. That's called a hook, and we'll get to that later.
That's what I do, hook them in.
That's it. So we'll get to that. So if you're a Bolton fan, or if you're not, you've got to keep listening. I want him to be a bit of a maverick. So, for example, later on, here's a name that I would shout out. Lee Catamol could, for many, be seen as...
This is right in mum.
I know,
that's why you got me here. Oh dear, Jimbo. So exciting, John, isn't it?
Brilliant.
So, I've got good but dodgy somehow. I've got that in there as well. So there's different things going to be knocking about.
Yeah.
Okay. So let's begin. And this list of 20 teams, if you're annoyed, you want to go on Twitter and search Producer Kai. That's Producer Kai, who put together the 20 names.
Right. It's even worse. It's 22 teams.
Oh, my word. That's what, 94-95 season, that is?
Are these all the teams that have played in the...
So, for example, Leeds United aren't in the Barclays era because they'd gone down.
They missed
and
it.
They weren't about.
Yeah. Unlucky Leeds.
That's a shame because you'd have got a big...
I think you would.
Leeds fans
saying
in,
that. Saying that, there's probably Harry Kewell, if it's 2001, there's a few in there.
Harry Kewell?
Anyway, get to...
He can't be put... Harry Kewell's not a Barclaysman.
That's fine.
Too good.
No, I'm not saying it's, but I'm saying that Leeds team in those.
Yeah.
There was a few years before they went down. So as I say, have a go at Kai.
Eric Bakker.
Nice, great
Yeah.
shout, because he could thump one. Right. So Aston Villa. This is the list we've got. If you've got more, let me know. Gabby Agbonlahor. You can say if you're having it or not as well. It's a phrase we haven't. So Gabby Agbonlahor, Barclaysman.
Yes.
Is that because you might have to see if it talks?
I just think. No, I don't give a shit. Not over Barclaysman. I don't think they're going to pull me out. You didn't have me as a Barclaysman, Jim. I think I'm going to get out of that one. But Gabby, just. If they do, they're just sad. I would say that.
Gabby, come on.
No, I think as well. I think they've got to be there a certain amount of time in the football club as well.
Yeah,
I do. I think that's what passes.
Okay, so what I think I'll do for the, I've got a question within some of them, but I'll give you the list, and then if you want to add more, you can. Especially you can close your eyes, go back to your sort of those playing days, or again like with Soccer M, finding these players on Showboat or whatever it might be. Gabby Agbonlahor, Gareth Barry, Ashley Young, John Carew, who's on Golf Life, isn't he?
Yes.
He said he played off 6. There's no way he was that good.
I'm not sure.
Yeah, Christian Benteke. I'm not sure.
No, I'm not sure he
I'm
passes.
having him there, Kai. Sorry, mate. And Charles Nzogbia.
Yeah, I'm having Charles Nzogbia.
Yeah.
I'm having Charles.
I think they're mother
for
five.
Wigan, though. I'm having Charles Nzogbia. Not for Villa,
Really?
I would have.
No.
The Wigan one is unreal.
Oh, go on,
The amount
then.
of Barclays
Go
one.
on.
Go
Go
on
on.
to that.
Can't
Jim.
go to Wigan. You start in Aston Villa. You can't go to Wigan.
No,
That's
no.
the other end of the alphabet, James.
It's his podcast, John.
So, okay, one question I do have. Gareth Barry. Players that were boring but so good.
Yes.
Who do you think of when you think of that?
Him, the normal ones are going to be him, James Milner. You know, they're all cool, but they're great lads. When you
Did you have a moment when you're in the middle of the game and you're just like, f*** off? Do you know what I mean? Someone's a
relentless in. I played against Gareth Barry a few times. Yeah, you could say that. You don't literally go, "Oh, just f*** off," but yeah, it's just a relentless. Gaz.
I think I would do that. I'd be like, can you stop making runs into the box?
Frank was like that, but he ain't a club. He ain't a Barclays.
he's not a Barclays.
But yeah, Gareth Barry. Yeah, all of them. I would say yes. I would say passes. Yeah. That's your question.
I can't put Gareth Barry. I'm sorry.
That's fine.
You say he's too.
Yeah.
Well, yeah,
Yeah.
I would
Oh,
question
really?
that.
I'd say he's too boring.
Yeah.
But that's why I think he passes as a Barclaysman, because he's got that boring side to him. He's got that like safe side, hasn't he? Real safe.
You know what increases his Barclaysman potential is at Everton. I support Everton. He used to train in Adidas Gazelles. Everyone else just didn't
Get him in.
train. Yeah.
Get him in.
What, are we giving it to Gareth Barry then?
Got you.
Is he the ultimate Barclaysman? Okay.
Do you know
points.
what? It's going to be someone like that who's almost going into the bracket of
Too good.
Premier League legends, if you want. He's going to have to pick, isn't he?
All right.
Whether he's a legend or whether he's a Barclaysman.
who
He's
are you,
right on
Gareth?
the cusp, Gaz.
Who
Let
are
us
you,
know.
Gareth?
John thinks he's a legend. I agree.
Get in touch.
Because his numbers are phenomenal. That's why I think he's
that's true.
as a club Barclaysman.
As director of football, Fenners,
Why do I say
let you
club
have the final
Barclaysman?
say. Who do you want as your ultimate Barclaysman for Villa?
Gareth Barry. No, yeah.
Got a lot to do, so that's fine.
All right,
yeah.
let's go. Let's put Gazbaz in because he's
Seems like a good egg, doesn't it?
yeah.
Arsenal. Now, can Big Six clubs be Barclays? That is the sort of question that we've got here, which
I
we
don't
kind of
see it.
alluding to
That's
earlier.
the problem. I don't see it.
I think so.
I've got a few
you
names
do?
here. Alexander Hleb.
Yep.
Thomas Vermaelen.
Yep.
Our left back injured a lot of time. Thomas Rosicky.
Yeah, can I just the Rosicky thing? You know, like when players, everyone's calling them Thomas Rosicky, and then like halfway through they've been their career when they've been playing, they start pronouncing their name differently.
Yeah.
So wasn't he like Thomas? Then it becomes like
Rosicky.
Rosicky.
Yeah,
Oh, I don't know.
yeah,
That does happen, doesn't it?
and I don't like it. So
It's horribly confusing, yeah.
I don't think he can be in because of that.
It's all like Bruno Fernandes. There's the odd people that go Bruno Fernandes.
Do they all turn it in? Really? And they're English.
Mate, I think I'll get comments going, and I'm terrible with names, aren't I? So I'll say it one way, and then they've gone, Luca Dean. It's Luca Dean, is it Luca Digne?
Digny.
Digny. Yeah. What? It's just like, leave me alone.
What about Max Kilman? Maximilian Kilman now?
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
The players do that as well. They go, I'm an adult now. Don't call me Andy Cole. I want to be called Andrew. They do that.
Do they?
Yeah. Ben
Cool.
Benetton Diaz.
What's he want to be called?
It used to be just Ben Brereton.
Oh, yeah,
Got
yeah.
called up to Chile, started calling himself
the
Ben
Diaz
Brereton
on.
Diaz.
That's fair play. That's just like adding a little bit of
Adds a bit of
swaz on
spice
in the
there,
end.
yeah,
I mean,
yeah,
I like
that's
that.
true.
It's a PR move.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You got Carnu. Good
No.
shout. Probably a bit early for close. And more
Carnu.
of a Barclays. Too
Portsmouth.
good.
Carnu
Too
can't
good.
be.
Too good.
Yeah,
He-
too
he-
big.
He was someone who was a
Mark
showboat, all over
Overmars.
showboat.
Too
Overmars,
good.
Too good.
Way too good.
I-
I think he'd gone by then.
This
He
is
was frightening.
this is where we've got a problem with it, Jim, because we haven't quite got our heads around what it is, and I think they'll
Is that
jump
not
out.
what it's all about?
I would say, I think Alexander Hleb,
Yeah.
he's
Yeah.
prime Barclays.
He had the low sock.
He had the low
He had the
sock.
semi-low sock. It weren't a
Which is
Grealish, it was a
crucial.
mid-shin.
Good
That
knowledge.
looks horrible.
Yeah.
Looks a bit Claridgy.
Yeah.
Yeah? But make your mind up, Steve.
That was bad. That just
I love
One was up, one was down.
Yeah.
wasn't it? Do you know, Steve Claridge's biggest fashion faux pas was not the socks. It was the coffee-flavoured shirt he would wear when he would do the BBC. Do you know what I mean? Like, every week I went, come on, Steve. There's got to be something other than like puddle brown. It's in my head.
just going off on a little tangent here. What do we think about the way that
That's
that
awesome.
footballers have kind of dressed down over the kind of last couple of years?
Grealish
you
got
like
it going, didn't he? I think Grealish got it going the most.
It's the
and
Gucci look,
he's
right?
done it from day one.
I'm not talking about.
Oh, right,
I'm
go on.
talking about pundits.
Oh, pundits dressing
Yeah,
down.
yeah.
Oh, right.
The casual.
What do you mean?
Yeah, it's casualed up a
Well,
bit.
You see
know,
it
it
now.
used to be sock Saturday, shirt, ties,
quite like it,
blazer,
though.
and then now
I
it's
like it.
reverted back to. Do you know what the one that used to drive me mad? Shirt, right? Nice suit jacket. Yeah, you can't tell what they're wearing underneath, but suit jacket, but then a shirt like a white shirt undone, no tie.
Yeah,
It's like
looks scruffy.
It's like if you're gonna.
That's what you wore, didn't you? You did your punditry.
No, I done a black silk undone. I look like Peter Stringfellow. Jimmy Stringfellow. Oh mate, that was awesome.
Yeah, so I think if you're gonna be dressed up, you've got to be dressed up all the way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think the collar's crucial as well because if that collar inside is starting to go whack,
Big 70s flap
Not
over
sure,
the
man.
suit.
That's
Yeah,
gotta be
suit.
solid.
I know for a fact, right, that because there's a massive Tesco's at the opposite Sky,
Hey, no,
that
right.
people coming in and like, oh, I haven't got a shirt, so they're just sending the runner over, go and get us a white. You can see that absolute crispy,
squares.
big lines down it, yeah.
I think this has to be Hleb. I think he's like, I think he was a
Okay.
good player as well,
Yeah.
good dribbler, kind of like,
I'll be honest, I'm not happy with top 16, but if it is,
Yeah, I hear that.
Yeah, but they weren't always top 6 teams, were they?
Oh, they're always up there. Well,
Arsenal
Arsenal.
knocking about it.
Come on, Fenners.
Yeah, fair play.
Okay, now right, get comfy because we're at Blackburn. Here's a ripple effect for you because Blackburn got littered with Barclays, littered. But here's a ripple effect for you. Robert Lewandowski should have been a Barclaysman. In 2010, Blackburn boss Sam Allardyce had been made aware of a Polish striker who'd scored 21 goals in 34 matches for Lech Poznan. And in the summer of 2010, a deal was agreed to take him to Ewood Park, but due to a volcanic eruption in Iceland, all flights were grounded.
Is this true?
Yeah.
Kaiser's true?
100% true. 100%.
So, with the flights grounded, Lewandowski made the short trip over the border, presumably by car, to Borussia Dortmund, where he became one of Europe's elites. Sam Allardyce was then relieved of his duties at Blackburn 6 months later. But what if he had had Lewandowski? And also, if Allardyce had still got the sack, what about Steve Keane? I think Steve Keane stepped in after Sam Allardyce. He might have had a much better career than he did have. Would Blackburn have finished higher than 15th in the 2010-11 season? Would Sam Allardyce have had a different career? Where would Lewandowski ended up? Man City had already pinched Santa Cruz from Blackburn in 2009. Would they have gone back for Lewandowski? And if they had, would Aguero have ever been bought? Would there have been the Aguero moment?
Oh, very, very Ripley.
And
very Ripley.
If he doesn't go to Dortmund, does Klopp have the same success? And does Klopp
'cause-
still get the job at Liverpool? And so much more.
Mm.
Blackburn have got a few of these because I think Zidane was supposed to go to Blackburn as well. I've got a funny feeling Maradona might have as well. Like something.
No, shit.
I'm not sure. I need to check on that
on.
guy. I need to check on that. Okay, so Barclaysman, Morton Gamst Pedersen.
Yeah,
Definitely.
good shout.
Very sort of greasy, straight hair of the time, wasn't it? Kind
Good
of
though,
bleached
weren't
up.
he, as
was
well?
good, yeah.
As well. Good.
Left
like-
foot, right foot.
I
right.
used to rifle some balls in, he did.
I think the reason that this trend's gone as well is like there were some banging goals all the time. You remember that Nike ball that had the stripe around it?
The blue stripe. Mate, it's weird. And then the following year, it went blue to a darker blue to a red.
Yeah. Right.
That was when I was.
And the ball would just there was so many great goals in that
the old
time.
knuckle.
Yeah.
It's called the
Vanilla
called the
knuckle.
Did you
Aero.
know the knuckle? Did you?
Aero 90 was that one? Was that the
Something
Aero
like
90?
that. It's like a total. It's
Got
go
one.
with a total 90 boot, weren't it?
Yeah.
That was when football was.
I liberated one of those from Soccer AM at the end.
Did you?
Yeah.
Good shout.
And a multiplex.
Get in there.
So you got Morgan Gamps Pedersen. I think most people he's one of the iconic names when it comes to Barclaysman. Chris Samba, two guy who is sort of like my footballing kindred spirit. I just love a bit of two guy, just sitting there popping about. Wow,
mate,
God,
yeah,
what a dream. Sort of kind of like, why was he? I think that for a Barclaysman, this is such a tough one because you also got David Bentley, Roque Santa Cruz, but players that are at a club and you're like, what are you doing there? Like those players, I think are just because
Blackburn were one of them clubs,
Yeah.
weren't they?
Yeah. Bolton's like you're saying, Bolton, which is next. They had loads of those kind of players because of Big Sam kind of bring them in. So is two guy a bit of a footballing kindred spirit, or is there anyone else that comes to mind for you?
What do you mean?
Like when you think of a player that you kind of love. He's like a
Two
kindred
guy was
spirit.
up absolutely.
Yeah. Did
He
you ever
was
play against
amazing.
Two Guy?
Yeah, I played against two guy. I told one half time. I come out half time for some reason. He's leant up against the door. All he's got is his pants on, his shirt, and he's having a fag up.
No,
I love
But
that.
I'm thinking he's coming off. Because like he's back on. I'm like, your gaffer, you're like just let you have a bifter or sorry, a fag. Bifter's a joint.
It did seem relaxed.
Depends who
Yeah,
you're
it did
talking
seem
about.
relaxed in the second half.
Anyway, a fag, and he's just like that, and he's come on, smelling an embassy.
It's a bit much bringing it on the pitch, wasn't it?
Yeah, but he was an amazing footballer, absolutely unbelievable. Change of game, do you know what I mean? But proper footballer, what I call footballer. Yeah.
There's something. Isn't it funny that like you love him more because he smoked?
No, I
That's such a
did.
weird thing,
But it's
isn't it?
cool as well. But a
100%.
lot of like good players smoked. A lot of
Really?
them. Yeah.
Chesney, most recent one.
Socrates.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Socrates.
60 a day.
Yeah.
You can just see like
Emerson at Middlesbrough. I think he was. I remember he was
They
like
love us.
Alan McDonald.
I think a lot. Ganesh. I think a lot of players had a.
I don't like to name names, but I used to like be really close to them. And he used to smoke in a hotel room. And they'd be like, oh, the blow up. And blow it. I said, I know, I can smell it. You don't have to hide it.
You know when it's like when they do that, they smoke it really like
Tight.
conservative. Like that.
No, they're
Negative
trying
all
to
at
eat their smoke.
What? So like 4, 5, 6 people per Prem squad at that time. You think it was smoking?
I would say yes.
Really?
Yeah, I would say.
That's interesting.
Yeah. And players that you probably would never ever.
You got to tell
wouldn't-
me after.
Yeah. I just don't like because some of the players still hide that now, so they're hiding it for a reason. So it ain't my place to go.
Yeah. Fair enough.
I have no like
I don't. Yeah.
nothing to back that up at all. But I reckon like a lot of players probably had a drink and then a drink.
Yeah. I was gonna say maybe like on a night out, it's one of those ones, isn't it? It's a bit
Oh
of an
no. Okay then. Let me cut that off. Not have a drink.
No.
Just in the hotel room,
really?
having,
Just like-
having a sneaky B&H. I just find it really odd. I just go, what
What's
are
the
you doing?
point?
Oh, don't say nothing.
Smoke alarms.
Yeah. Anyway.
Amazing.
Smoke is horrible. We're not condoning that for one moment, are we?
Who could it be?
No.
Do you know, I reckon I could go. I've got a name that's in my head.
Go on. I too.
Lee McCulloch.
No.
Right.
No, not Jig. No. This is what I mean.
Yeah,
Someone
it's not
you
the only
wouldn't
thing.
think.
Interesting.
But Lee McCulloch, I would say that Wigan, there weren't a player out of Wigan.
All right.
That is the healthiest club I've ever been at.
Really?
Yeah, just fitness dogs. The fittest club ever. Just absolute fitness freak.
If I come with a name, will you?
Yes.
Danny Murphy.
Danny oh, shit! Sorry, Dad. He loves a little silk arm and slips. He don't mind that.
Nah, he's fine.
It's my boy, Danny.
You can't get annoyed at that
Yeah,
one. He's
no,
come out with
no.
other stuff recently. I think you're fine.
Bless him, what a boy.
Yes.
No, he's lovely, Dan.
So yeah, two guy, David Bentley. I think there's talking of kindred spirits. You and David Bentley, there's something there. You know, like some people are just giggly with. You and David Bentley, there's something mad there.
Do you know what? I love him.
He's like a doppelganger of you elsewhere. Do you know what I mean? Like, I remember when you guys met each other, 'cause you've spoken about him at the England squad, and you kind of like,
Yeah.
was one of
So
those
this-
like, You're like me.
Yeah. So I had that. But this is my thing with Bence. I used to think Bence was that crackers. It was an act. Like I used to think, oh, he's playing up because I play up. I'm not actually like that. I sort of do it to make you laugh.
Yeah.
And then I slowly started seeing him more and more. So I'd be like, I was with him in Marbella, right? And we was at this bar, and I went, so this ain't an act, this thing, is it?
Turn it off.
And he's like, what do you mean? Okay. Oh, you are fucked. I just went to him like, you're like nuts, you're out there. And he's like, yeah, Bence ain't false. Bence is Bence like that, full blast. And I used to think it's a bit of an act. But he's crackers, and I love him. But I'm...
Do you get tired, though?
No, does
you
he
ran-
get...
no, you- if
no,
you're around him too much, you're like,
no,
oh,
no.
knackered
I
now.
drain him.
Really?
I drain him. He wilts. Here you go. I drain him. I'm a bit too much for him at times.
great.
But when he's full blast, I get... I think gravitate towards... There ain't a lot of people I gravitate towards. He's one that I...
He's warm, and he's really
like,
warm.
Really warm. He ain't
he's
got a
great.
horrible bone in his body. He's got that streak. You upset him. Don't worry about that. But I love talking about him. I love
seems
spending
great,
time
yeah.
with him. Like,
He's got a deeper voice than you think as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm always right. So I don't want to
Do you know what as well? He's so cool on a night out. You know when like you just go to a pint with your mate, he's so funny.
Really?
Like
Great.
he is. If I had to choose someone to go out for a pint with, it'd be
He's up
Bence.
there,
Yeah,
yeah.
he's right up there. Yeah, I love him. And Fennis.
Thanks, mate.
And yeah, sorry.
Your standard though. You're in. Bence, I don't
Family.
know like that.
And yeah, Roque Santa Cruz still playing at 43.
That's a joke.
Amazing.
Wow.
What age could you have played without the injuries, Jim? Or do you think you would have got bored? Do you think you would have got to bored? You go,
Do you know what?
enough now.
Yeah. Similar to Bence actually.
Oh, interesting.
Just going to wee.
so,
Just going to wee again.
Yeah, it's quite expensive in here, mate. So we got Pedersen, Samba, two guy, Bentley, Roque Santa Cruz.
Two guy for me.
Two guy for you, two guy for me.
Who's the other one we said?
We've got Gams Pedersen. I think a lot of
Pedersen.
people would go for him.
Yeah, I'm going.
Pedersen.
You going Pedersen? All right, it's a
Yeah,
draw.
I'm going Pedersen.
Finn, if you're listening, you can have the final say.
Sorry. Is two guys too good?
Oh, interesting.
Like,
Yeah.
oh my God, he run Turkey.
All right, yeah, we'll give it Pedersen. Fair enough. Bolton, Big Sam.
Oh,
Big Sam in his prime, wasn't it? Kevin Davies, hardest player you played with. Like he won more fouls, I think, than any other player, but he also gave away more fouls than any other player. I was just thinking of him and his barrel chest, wasn't it? Kevin
Yeah.
Davies, love that chest
Yeah.
out. He also looked like some players look like they're someone's like their ankles like just not moving. Like his foot's not moving. Do you know
Is
what
that
I mean?
right? So he's got
some
club
players
foot.
are like, some players are like flicking it about outside.
Yeah,
but
he's
he
stiff.
just seemed he looked a bit stiff for me.
Right, okay. But he was the player I was thinking of.
Was he? I've been
Yeah.
Prime Barclays. Okay,
Absolutely.
interesting. So here's a nominee. Here we go. Kevin Davies, El Hadj Diouf, JJ Okocha. Now, there's been a bit of debate on JJ Okocha. I think he's too good,
Yeah, so do I.
but he is also. Everyone's
Yeah.
talking about him.
But he does tick the boxes as in Maverick, but is he too good? He ain't what I call...
this is the thing. This is the thing I think we've got to kind of get past is the quality of the player. Is that going to hamper you from? Because in my mind, he's a Barclays man.
I think there's got to be an element of
Yeah.
there's got to be an element of glorious nostalgia here.
Yeah.
Like Kevin Davies doesn't really do that for me. Do you know what I mean? Essence, right?
Yeah.
Aura.
Yeah.
Not really getting that from Kevin. Just by having a fantastic career.
Gives it aura in a different way, though, don't
Yeah,
he?
that's true.
As a footballer, on that football pitch, 6'3", like unit of a man. How much aura do you want? You're pinging it up to your centre forward, and he's just going, deal with that, clump, see you like. That's aura.
Yeah.
It might not be the aura you're talking about, but that's
True.
just like an
Okay.
Adonis of a man.
Yeah, he was, wasn't he? Good
Yeah.
looking guy as well. Wasn't it? Another one. Ivan Campo was the final one. Who do you want to go for here?
God, that's tough.
I'm going to go for
JJ.
For
I know
JJ
you are, and I
Okocha.
think everyone would go for JJ. But again, I think he's too good.
I would just UC Jääskeläinen, Fernando
Oh,
Hierro.
yeah,
Hierro
yes.
too good maybe, but
No, Yeski.
Jääskeläinen was a good
Mate,
player, wasn't
I'm telling you, you've called it. That to me is the...
Jääskeläinen.
Per Franson.
Per France.
I played with Per
I
at
don't think
Wigan.
many people remember him.
Did you play Per Franson?
At Wigan. I played with him at Wigan, yeah.
I'm going to look at. I looked up the 2005-2006 Wigan
I-
squad. It's wild.
Is it?
Can't wait to
I
run through
stand
the
in
names.
shot while I was playing with Per Franson, Danish centre midfielder, like a legend. And I had this shot at the JJB. It was like a standing left foot shot from 45 yards. It's like ridiculous how I even done it. No back row, just. He's like, "What are you doing? What? Why would you shoot like that?" He just for 10 minutes. If I phone Per Franson now, he'd go, "They fucking shot." He slaughtered me for years and still does that. Every time I see him, he go, "They shot." I just can't believe it. He was so lovely, man. He was fucking
That's
brilliant.
brilliant. So yeah, who are we going for? Jaskalainen, you want him? I think
Do you know
Jaskalainen's
what?
really underrated.
Yeah, I think so.
I'm quite happy with that.
I like
Would you say like they've almost got to be like a bit iconic in that football club as
sure.
well?
Yeah, I think so.
I would say he was a mate. He had his own way as well, didn't he? He used to dive on his chest. He used to save it a weird way, didn't he?
Yeah.
He used to dive
Shirt
on his
out, wasn't
chest.
it?
It was all scruffy, but hell of a keep. Yeah, let's put him up there.
Okay, lovely.
Keepers Union.
Good. Chelsea, again, similar feeling here in terms of I don't like this list. I don't like Chelsea generally, but I don't like they're not Barkley. Like you, it's got as a QPR fan. I'm like, no, you're not having it. This is our thing. Like you're winning everything with Mourinho.
That's
Anyway,
what
I'll
I'm
read it off.
saying. Yeah.
I'll read it off, but we can
Go
skip
on.
past it one too because it's my podcast. We've got Oscar, Ivanovic, which just leads to the question: ever been bitten?
No,
Okay.
only by fish.
Weirdest? Did you have any weird injuries?
Yeah, I broken my toe.
Okay, not that weird.
And I got... No, it isn't weird.
Jim, if it's not good, just say
I
no.
got my head cracked open.
God. Thank God he's. I don't know where that was going.
I got my crack pipe. No,
I didn't think it was going to go there either.
No, I got my head cracked open by who's a legend. By the way, he should be a clubman, but is before his time. Not a clubman, Bartlesman. What's his name? Oh, whatever.
It'll come back to you when it comes.
Well, it's not shit.
Idiger Johnson and Joe Cole. Possible. He was. Were you with him at West Ham?
Yeah, like Joe's my favourite ever. Got stories
it?
of Joe, just like
Go on, tell us one.
just what he used to do. Like,
He was so free at a young age, wasn't he?
yeah,
Wow.
but it wasn't like.
Do you know what?
People,
Go on. No, you go.
could you not interrupt me?
Sorry.
I'm only joking. You're right. People don't realise how strong Joe was and how much he used to hurt you. Like, so when you're trying to tackle Joe, he'd tread on you and he'd use you as a bounce. So he'd go whoop, boom, bounce and propel off of you.
Wow.
I never see that. Like, that's the first time I used to see shit like that. He used to also have, like, he used to have skills. Like, skills got names like step over, Cruyff turn, drag back. He done stuff that I used to say, Joe, what's that there? I don't know. I just do that. Like madness, madness. Every time Joe would do a skill, Rio would scream. He'd do this mad laugh. He'd go, ah! Joe, do it. Like, Rio would be on him. He'd just do mad
Enjoying
shit.
it or having a go at it?
He's just enjoying it. And you got to imagine Joe's 16 at this age. Yeah. Like, he's just come over. I was in Joe's first ever session when he come over to West Ham first team, and you see this kid, long barnet, just predators.
He was a bit moddy, wasn't he?
Studs.
Yeah.
Long metal studs. Tread on you. Oh, like, who's this little shit? Like, I just couldn't get near him. Just phenomenal in everything he done. And then he had the best, what do you call that, Rabona?
Yeah.
Is that
Yeah,
Rabona?
Rabona.
He had the best, longest Rabona. He still does them now. If you watch little clips, mate, he would hit Rabonas. And on no banner, 50-yard diags, stand. What the? And the ball would just go like... I can do it. Yeah, I can do it. If it's rolling, it's nice. I can get some serious zing. I've never known anyone to do a skill, ball stack, and he just go like that. Ball go like almost like alien, like the ball would propel. I'd be like, what the fuck? Do you get that pat like that? He was unbelievable. So that's Joe Cole for me. Like when I think of Joe, I just think of all that shit.
With Joe Cole, or like just that youngster that kind of comes in and then there's got to be that moment, I presume, where you're like, oh. There's inevitably there has to be a lot of egos in football teams, and there'll be players that are kind of older. Is there ever moments where they're sort of, I guess they're kind of struggling with the fact that this guy's so good, and it sort of turns
Do you know
into
what?
something?
Yeah, when you're that good though, it's almost the adverse effect. It's like everyone wants him. Do you get what I mean? There's no like egos. Oh, he's going to nick my shirt. He's better. Oh, is he that good?
It's an Everton.
No, that's Joe Cole.
Yeah.
He was that good at 16, 17. No, that's Joe Cole. Like, you've got to understand, he's playing the weekend, and he's he's the new kid coming through, and he's because back then everyone was saying, and if it wasn't for his, I still believe he's the best talent we've had for a long, long time. It's just his injuries and certain things held him back. He's done amazing things, but back then I was going to say he would captain our country. He would be he's going to be. He was a joke.
The excitement when he came on the scene was, it was tangible. It was like, have you seen this kid?
Yeah,
and it's like all everything you're saying there. It was like there was such excitement because we weren't kind of like swamped with really great technical players at that time who could do these incredible things that Jim's talking about.
He was
not only was he brilliant as a skillful player, but he was also a really smart footballer as well.
Yeah, and a smart bloke.
You see that in his punditry now.
Yeah,
he's
so
smart
clear.
bloke. Do you know what? He played football and I know people say this, but to actually do it is a totally different thing. He played football like he's in a playground.
Yeah.
Like JaackMaate, he was one of them mavericks that don't come round. Like they just don't. It's just ridiculous. Honestly.
Chelsea,
I love talking about Joe.
The Chelsea move not hurt him, of course, because like if you think, say, even like 2006 World Cup, he was our best player by a mile. But yeah, he obviously had to sort of, I guess, essentially become more
when you play under Jose,
playground, right?
You play under Jose, you're more of in a team dynamic framework, aren't you? And maybe just pull things out of him. But yeah, imagine if Joe was like, I don't know, just go to a manager that would go like don't worry about the result. Can you just do as much stuff and shit that you can just excite me with? Do you get what I mean?
Yeah.
I'd love to see what he'd bring to the table with that kind of dynamic. It's never going to be like that.
True. You've got to unlock that element of
just
it.
Like, I would think he'd do stuff and just, you'll be like, can you actually do that? Like, he used to do mad shit.
Last thing I'll check out, say, again, I think the impact of Sky Sports and Soccer AM, that youth cup final, you weren't really seeing youth cup finals on Sky,
no.
And then this one again, alongside some of the bits he was doing, and you're then seeing it on Soccer AM, gave him kind of sort of brought him up to prominence and hyped him up a little bit more. I think we got hyped regardless, but you were seeing it.
Absolutely, yeah.
And then we chucked in Anelka as well, but you could put Anelka to basically 15 different teams. Are we picking one for Chelsea, Fenners? What's your final call on this?
Do we need to?
Don't have to, mate.
I'm
abstain.
Yeah, and that's.
I think that's okay. There's a backhanded compliment there.
Yeah, they're all good. They're all good. Yeah. They're all good players, and I just don't. They don't have that kind of. They don't have that Barclaysman quality that I'm looking for.
Love that. Everton. Here's a ripple. Everton nearly became Manchester City in 2011. Everton chairman Bill Kenwright admitted that an offer from Abu Dhabi to purchase Everton before their acquisition of Manchester City had to come in 2008. But the only stumbling block was that Everton didn't have plans in place for a new stadium. If Everton had a new flashy stadium, there's a big possibility that they would be the ones in Manchester City's position right now. And so you moan about the points deduction, Kai, as an Everton fan. Yeah, you could have been Manchester City. You may well have even more.
And that have Premier League trophies stacked up high.
Exactly. Well, yeah, but roundabouts, isn't it? Barclaysman. Okay, this guy's. If you got any thoughts on this guy, I'd love to hear them. Yakubu. The Yak.
Quality, right?
Andy Gray in his commentary would call him the Yak.
Yeah. Would he really?
My note on him is confusingly good.
Yeah, he's awesome, wasn't he?
Funny one, wasn't he? Because he just sort of like, I think it was right at the end of his career. He might have been I can't remember where he was. It might have been Hull or something, but he literally just walking around. Was he? He just had that ability to score a goal. Sometimes you've got those strikers, haven't you? They're just like...
Harry also talks about it in Portsmouth, said his job.
Yeah.
They had some great players, didn't they, Portsmouth?
Oh, mate, when Harry went there, he used to bring some quality players.
What's his name, didn't they? He liked a cigarette as well, wasn't it?
Go
on.
I feel like you want to say Pedro Mendes.
No, I don't.
Okay,
I don't. Eastern European.
Croatian.
Nico Crenshaw.
No, I know. Starts with a P. Prosinecki.
Yeah, Prosinecki. Yeah.
Early doors. Yeah. So we got Yakubu, Pienaar, Stephen Pienaar, Duncan Ferguson, of course, links with Jimmy here. Could you have him?
Definitely not. No, if there's someone you don't want to get into a tear up with,
Your
it's
face.
I know. But
It's so good in that clip, man. That is so. We talk about essence, we talk about aura. That is you, man.
do you know what? In my whole footy career, it's probably what I get recognised most for. And still. And that's to do with Soccer AM. Because they showed it.
Yeah.
I remember going on Goals on Sunday and Cammy was there and they pulled it all up. And look, listen, because you don't realise what they're filming when you're out on the pitch. You don't realise that's going to be. But yeah, what else made it as well? There were Scottish boys, Lee McCulloch played for us, Gary Teal, and then James McFadden for them. We all knew each other. We didn't know Dunk, but us sort of younger gen. And then he was there and I was like having banter with them and I was like, oh. And I was thinking, hang on, I'm going to cop one off of him. And it was epic, wasn't it? It's
so good.
It's good.
Fenners, what are you like in a football scrap?
Terrible.
Oh, when he goes, he goes.
Yeah, really?
No, I'm awful.
Yeah, dangerous.
I'm quite vocal on the pitch, and I've realised that it really annoys the players that I'm playing with to a point of where they didn't want me to sort of turn up.
Yeah, I've
like
played
Tuesday
with you.
nights.
Vocal in which way?
Just like, play, come on, that.
I think people hate me. I can tell sometimes.
And it's like, I look back and I cringe.
Yeah.
Like going,
Not that bad.
just.
What about the thoughts on general thoughts on the sort of observations on football fights? Because they are they're getting tamer and tamer by the day.
Yeah, I mean,
You can't do it now, can you?
Like when you're sort of a smaller player in the middle, like you don't. There's only so close. You kind of want to be involved, I guess, to like break it up.
Look,
do you know what I mean?
Going over the top, my old man used to. I was never. See, I used to have the utmost respect for rest. My old man used to say to me, "Son, if you want to fight, go boxing. I ain't for fighting." So he used to step in front of me, and if I used to get, and this was even when I was at Peterborough, he used to step in, sort of like after the game, I'd get in the motor or something, drive back to mine, and go, "What are you doing?"
I mean,
like if I got into any, why are you talking to your manager like that?
Because I'd imagine
why are you talking to players like that? Why are you like getting involved with that shit, Jim? You ain't that.
Because I would imagine
used to put
you've
it on
got
my
the,
toes.
but you've got the because you've got the lip. You're quick enough.
Oh, he'd let me do that. He'd let me use that and sort of to a degree. But as soon as he started seeing anger and frustration where to change my game and you're trying to affect others, he'd go, no, I don't agree with that. And he hated me arguing with referees.
That's interesting.
He'd go, respect the referee, I'm telling you. If I see you arguing with referee, I'll have you. All right, Dad.
Did you have any?
Still like it now.
Did you have any like little lines you like to use to wind up other centre midfielders? I've got another podcast. We call them like power moves.
I used to be in the tunnel quite a bit, and I'd be queuing up. I'd be, "Oh, you're lucky to be on the same pitch as me today, son." Like them sort of little bits.
Routine.
But they'd be like, I just niggle them. I just give it to them, and it could be like that was when in like my cocky bit. Do you get what I mean? So I went through when I was at Peterborough, Wigan. I was really like cocky. That's how I was like really feisty.
Who was the cockiest opposition player?
Yeah.
And in the
Dean
in the
Windass was the worst I've come up against. Dean Windass is like we're in the tunnel at Bradford, and I'm Wigan. Like I'm this cocky kid, just making a name for myself. If you want, just come up, won the first division, we're in the championship, giving it a big one. And I'm there, and he's in the tunnel. He's like looking. I see him looking at calling me on. He's like, "You that fucking Bullard?" He said, "You're shit." but proper aggressive on me. He said, "I'm gonna fucking snap you in the first," like proper giving it me. And when I tell the story, he's brilliant. And on the pitch, he's like running past me, like just trying to affect me. Shouting because he was close to Paul George because he was at Bradford. He said, "Paul, Bullard's got to go. He's got to go." Like just getting in my head, subbing me and everything. He was proper on me. But that was Windows' game, especially towards the end of his career. Because when other things start to go in your game, his legs poor sod, like he'd verbally try and do you. Do you know what I mean? So
did it affect you?
Yeah,
I've got to say that one was heavy.
Yeah.
He was heavy duty there, and he would give it to you. And that didn't affect me, but I know he's there. Do you get what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
Did he go a bit far?
Yeah, like I've had like a few people go a bit far.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
have you ever done one where you go, "I won that one"?
I used to win a lot.
Yeah, I bet you
I
did.
used to win
I
a
bet
lot.
you did.
But again, I think you can only win it if you back it up in your football.
Yeah.
Do you get what I mean? Like, you can only win it if you back it.
Who else we got in here? So Everton, we've got Yakubu Pienaar.
Sorry, let me talk to you about Rio 1. So I was playing at Fulham. Right, it's brilliant, this one. So I'm up front.
Really?
Yeah, Roy's put me up top. We're short of a striker and something happened, or he's put me as a false 9, back to play job. That ain't me, right? So I'm like, and he's at United. It's at Cottage, but it's against United. And Rio, I hold like best centre half for me. I'm up against Rio, and I'm like, fuck. And I come back from the injury, and Rio has absolutely abused me in the year. As you need. Like, you need like proper on me. And I actually got subbed that game. As I'm walking off, he goes, "Yep, bad time." Proper, give it to me, Ree. Yeah, but that was him. He had that.
Yeah.
He had that narkiness.
Did he have that like at West Ham, or do you think he learnt that
I think
at United?
you'd have learnt that. And I think
He tells a story about
he
Ian
might have had it
Wright.
at West Ham.
He tells a story about Ian Wright having that same just
Oh,
scaring
Wrighty
the
was
shit out of Rio.
Right, he was vicious. I think that's your upbringing as well. Been brought up in South East London, in the cages, probably learning your football, been trodden on a lot.
Part
you
of
just
it,
come
innit?
with that
Yeah,
narc, don't you?
Yeah.
But Rio, I always remember that. I was like, oh my God, so we go back, mate. I almost felt like, mate, it's me, mate. Like, it's only little Fulham, you're 8-0 up. Like, what the fuck? Do you know what I mean? But yeah, I couldn't make heads or tails that, and that really angered me.
Yeah, because it's probably a bit confusing, isn't it? Like,
Yeah, it confused the shit out of me. I thought, why the fuck?
We're mates.
Like, what? Why me? Like,
That's so funny. Tim Howard, Fellaini, and then Leighton Baines, who you play with Leighton?
Bainesy, left back,
yeah.
Wigan. Yeah.
So my question here was, did he take free kicks off of you or penalties off of you? I know you like both. And is there politics when it comes to free kicks and penalties?
Oh, yeah.
Because you had Danny Murphy knocking about as well. Lots of people
Yeah.
in the way.
So it's weird how you called them two up, because they're my big two. I had politics with Tom Kearney situation. So can I just talk you through these situations? Wigan, I used to take all free kicks and penalties, right? So I was just greedy, and I felt like I could score, and I see it as a great opportunity. So I'd have a few goes. I scored some good goals at Wigan, and then one time it'd pop up on the right, and Baines was like, he'd run up, let me have this. And he was really well liked, and because of my eagerness, I used to take everything. Lee would go, let him have a go, Jim. Do you know what I mean? Jig would put it on me, whip it in. So now he's on a lot more. Do you get what I mean? So that's the politics you have. If you do let someone have it, they got the chance of scoring, then they get more pull and bragging right on the next one, right?
and bonus, and a goal bonus.
And goal bonus, yeah.
Yeah,
But
there's money on the line.
But to be fair, he was that good that I was like, all right, fair enough. This boy could get some bonos, and we got a chance. So that was that one. The next one was Danny Murphy at Fulham. So when I went to Fulham, I loved the free kick, but I was like, I'm on pens, and he was like, no. I'm like, no, I'm on pens. He's like, Jim, I don't miss. And by the way, he didn't miss. And I could miss a pen. I missed a couple of if you backlogged it. Because I knew his next go-to was like, well, let's go through him then. And I was quite weak on pens. Do you get what I mean? My body would drop out every now and then. So that was that. And I was like, Dan, to be fair, he would slot Dan. He was unbelievable under pressure. You're really good. Probably the best penalty take I've ever seen. And then Tom Kearney was one. This was a class one. So I was at Norwich. And Tom Kearney, this was when he just started coming through. Great left back, great player. And I was like, yeah, I'm on this, Tom. And he's like, but then this was brilliant. So he went, no, that's me, lad. Let's just, boy, shoved me out the way. And I went, what are you doing? And he's like, no, I've got this. Just going straight in. That's what I do. Like he started giving me back to me. And I'm going, no, you're trying to play me. That there's only one of me. And he's going, no, I've got this. Like buoying me. And I said, don't buoy me. Don't fucking buoy me.
Did he lad you off?
No, ladded
lad. That's
proper,
fun, isn't it?
Bent it in top corner, didn't he?
Oh, unreal.
I'm there going, that's fucking sensational. And you know when someone's got, and I dropped away out of that, I went, Tom, have them. It's your turn. Yeah, it's your go. You know when it's your go. He was magic.
So interestingly, I guess, because sometimes there's moments. So it happened the other day. There was England, might be England, Ireland, right? Trent's on the ball, and Kane's knocking about, and then just to the side.
Who was
Anthony
it?
Gordon. Yeah. And look, Anthony Gordon's phenomenal, right? I get it, but we got Trent, we got Kane knocking about.
But can he whip start? Has he got that about him? I haven't seen too much of him.
Well, it's Trent in it. Like you've got to let Trent have it.
Right,
But I was
I
wondering
suppose.
two things. Like one, that other guy who's standing there. So essentially what you're saying is 60% of the time, that person who's standing there is hoping the other one's going to duff it so that they get on them next time.
Yeah, it's entered my head. I'm not going to lie. Yeah, absolutely. When Bainesy stepped up, there's a little bit of me going. Maybe not the Bainesy situation, but I've had other players where I know they're not gonna. If they're gonna have 10 free kicks and not gonna score one,
Just give him a little look like that.
I'm like, nah, this ain't you, boy.
Cristiano Ronaldo, I think, must be really interesting. Like Portugal, and you've got all these incredible players, and Ronaldo's just doing.
And his numbers ain't great, is it?
Horrific. But you can't go like he's like, I've got.
Yeah, how'd you deal with that then?
Tough.
And how comes a manager hasn't stepped in and deal with that?
Yeah, that's what you need.
Worse because Ronaldo, isn't it? I guess. So Everton, Kai, I'll let you decide this one.
Baines.
He's gone Baines.
100%. I was raised on Leighton Baines.
He's raised on Baines. Okay. The JaackMaate is out. Fulham. Here we go. Breda Hangeland. Now, I've got an article from Breda. He did. He was asked about the myth of useless footballers. And he spoke about at Palace, some guy, one of the players didn't know how to change the light bulb, so he had to call the fixer. Does every club have a fixer? No? Not heard that one.
I've never heard of it.
Oh, okay. To come and drive an hour to change the light bulb. But he also said that he used to get the train in instead of driving a sports car.
He might have done. I was with Breda. He was one of the centre halves I fell out with, Breda.
Instead of driving a sports car.
Well, sorry, I'm reading. I'm literally reading it. Sorry, yeah.
We don't all drive sports
No,
cars.
I do not. What did you drive?
Back then? Oh, good question. I used to drive into West Ham with a gold Granada gear, park it alongside Rio's Aston Martin, just chuck the keys to the car washer, wash that son. Give it a big one. But
he apparently had inspirational and long and philosophical conversations with Australian goalkeeper Mark Schwarzer.
yeah, them two are tight.
Were they?
Yeah, I turned on Breda once. He tried to hit a 6-yard dive over my nut.
What, when you wanted it to be?
And what you doing? Like, what you doing? He's like, well, I said, nah. That's me to hit that, you to give that to me. So that's my arguments. I used to have centre halves.
Right.
But Breda was all right, actually. He used to step out and he was very good, but it was like, it's getting too much for me. And I was like, I just remember having a big argument with him.
That's interesting.
And I might have overstepped the line, but that's the way it was. Do you get what I mean? It's like, but I just remember the Breda situation. Like,
do you know what, though? It's better being that way round.
but it's lovely. We can still have a chat now. It weren't nothing. Do you get what I mean? It's there. It's
in the
deep,
game,
but
isn't it?
yeah, exactly that.
Yeah. He also, him and Danish teammate William Kvist befriended a supporter that worked at British Parliament. After training, they would sometimes have lunch with him, and after that, they'd watch debates at the House of Lords.
What?
It's coming out of his own mouth, apparently. Apparently.
That's so weird.
So we've got Breda Hangeland, Clint Dempsey, who it sort of came out recently. He kind of had this fight with Micah Richards. And,
Did he?
Yeah, apparently stated, "You don't know where I'm from, dog." I can't do an American accent.
You don't want to
You had a
tear
few
up with
Americans,
Clint.
didn't
Yeah, you wouldn't want to tear up with Clint.
Really?
Strong, yeah. Physically, really, really strong. The same as Mikel, I suppose. But yeah, he's a bit out there, Clint.
I
He'll have a
think
dark
this is
side to him.
bollocks, but someone wrote a comment on a Reddit thing going, my favourite Dempsey story is apparently he met some billionaire owner, instead of a handshake, he gave him a fist bump and was like, oh snap, what up, player?
Yeah, but they're just going because he's American.
Yeah, that's rubbish, isn't
I
it?
saw that all the time.
Said that on the way in, didn't it?
Yeah. I can't see that, can you?
I don't know, man.
be
Oh, it
brilliant.
said the you don't know where I'm from, dog. But anyway, Brian McBride,
clean.
John Arnorisa, Papa Boopa Diop.
Yeah, legend. I play with Bubba like
What was he? He had a nickname, didn't he?
Wardrobe.
Wardrobe.
Oh, mate, unit of a man. When I first went in, he had 2 masseurs on one quad. Unit of a man. We done paintball, right? When I love this. So you probably had to be there, but I love telling it, so I'm going to tell it. It was like the foreigners v the English boys, right? So, or the Brits, whatever. And we was paintballing, and it got narrowed down. And me and Michael Brand and Bubba won't come out of like this thing, right? So I'm like, Brandy, just keep spraying the board.
Cover me.
Like, yeah, cover me. I'm going round. So he, and I've crept up behind Bubba. I gone, Bubba! Like, he turned around and I went, fuck off! Sprayed him in his head. You always go over the top! And he ran after me round this paintball thing, and my leg was in a brace. Got Chris Coleman going, no, it was after I broke
Why's
my
your
leg.
leg in a break?
Because I broke my leg.
paintball?
Yeah, he let me go
You weren't
paintball.
supposed to be there, were you?
I wasn't supposed to be there. He spraying me up the net, and the bloke's going, the head who run the paintball, no more. And Bubba going, no, he's half crying because I've peppered his nut. They hurt, don't they? About 3 metres. He's going, no, you fucker, Bullard. Oh, mate, it was an absolute blinder. Yeah, it was wicked.
Wow, that's great.
He's crap at header in it.
Oh, we couldn't head it.
Aye, 6'4", he got like that, old shoulder, old Gladstone Small come out. Wait, I've been like, come on, son, get involved. Yeah. Oh, mate.
Anthony Amy, David Healy, Yari Litmanen.
I didn't even know Litmanen had played for Fulham.
He come there when I was there.
At Liverpool.
Really?
He was kept him out for a game, didn't I? Like me. He was a 10, I was a 10. Yari, you're going to be waiting a long time for this jersey, son.
Love that.
That's what I used to say to him. Oh, you're so flash, my time I come. Nope, it won't.
He had a little mullet going on, didn't he?
Yeah, he was quality. Do you know what, Yari? My memories of Yari, right? He was always stretching. Mate, king of yoga.
Really?
Honestly. Just like see him on the side of the pitch. Like any chance from kicking the ball or what? Is he all right over there? Like, oh my God, Yari, show me something instead of doing a groin.
No, he's ready, didn't he? Paul Konchesky, Zoltan Gira. Good shout.
Yeah,
He's a
weirdo.
bark, isn't he?
Proper weirdo Zolts. Like proper weirdo Gears was. Hell of a player though. Orangutan leg. Just used to have these long legs, like when he got on a gallop, really strong and physical. Gears, he was really good. He was.
Why was he weird?
Just weirdo. Just like so strange. Like, you know them, like, I don't know. Just weird. I couldn't have a convo. I know you think I'm weird in my own way, but like proper weird out there.
Death for smokes.
Is he from Hungary? Yeah, he must love a biff, though.
Yeah.
And Andy Johnson, we chucked in there.
I see him on the train the other day. You see me Instagram.
Yeah, doesn't he act like Beckham, doesn't he?
Looks like who? Andy
Beckham.
Johnson.
Yeah.
Settle down.
All right. Wait. Are you mixing up Andy Johnson's?
No. He's
There's
talking
two,
about
isn't
Andy
there? There's
Johnson.
another one.
Andy
You mean
Johnson.
Palace Andy Johnson?
Yeah.
Right.
You get up the clip, right? There's a clip on your Instas. Did you put? It was just a story.
I've got the video.
I'm telling you.
I'm not feeling it.
Well,
He was Andy Johnson came to QPR. It was going to be him and Zamora up front, and he just couldn't stay fit. But there was like 2 games where they played together, and you were like, these two are like they were so good together. Such a
he was
shame.
quality, wasn't he?
Yeah,
He was so good. Okay, Fulham. Who are we going for? Jimmy, you got to call this one. It's your team.
Can you just
Angle and McBride, Clint Dempsey,
Do you
John
know what?
Arisa, Papa Boopa Diop,
Brian McBride,
Brian McBride.
Captain.
Yeah, I like that. Great show.
Captain America?
Brian McBride's kind of guy. You know, if you had a daughter, you'd want them to marry Brian McBride. And I've never heard him speak. You just get that vibe. Do you know what I mean? Liverpool.
No, you're right though. You are.
Was he
right.
that kind of guy?
Yeah.
Liverpool. I don't know where this question came to me. Was there ever a player where you were like, "How have you got here?" For like you were at a big club. You're like, "How have you got?"
Danny Murphy. No, I don't. Was there a player that I played against? No, I've never. No. Okay. Think. Do you know what?
Crawl, maybe.
Do you know what? I don't believe in that trait as well because I think your peers will find you out before you actually put a jersey on. I just don't believe that exists. Do you get what I mean?
Cool. Did that beach ball get Rafa Benitez the sack? Can't speak. On the 17th of October 2009, one of the weirdest goals of all time was scored. Darren Bent's strike in the 5th minute hit a random beach ball and made its way onto the pitch, confusing Pepe Reina in goal and resulting in one of the most bizarre goals of all time. The game finished 1-0 to Sunderland. Liverpool's start to the season was their worst in 22 years. Benitez blamed the poor performances of key players such as Steven Gerrard. Is that true?
Yeah.
You're not going to win with that one, are you?
No.
But was there a part of him that wanted to blame the beach ball? I think there probably was. Benitez was dismissed from his job at Liverpool at the end of the season after a 7th place finish. If they'd won that game against Sunderland, they would have finished 6th. He might have survived. With Liverpool, I've got Crouchy, Sammy Hippier, Dirk Kuyt, Andy Carroll, Stuart Downing, Pepe Reina.
Dirk Kuyt for me all day.
He's got a mullet as well.
Okay.
His hair was quite similar to Pete Bullard. Like always looks like a bit of a wet look.
Just had it there, didn't he?
Slick back.
Just
yeah.
teasing.
very
Lovely bounce.
true. All right, we've got a lovely bounce. Not as good as your bounce, Jimmy. Got a lovely bounce. Man City. Of course, this is the previous Man City. We've got Richard Dunn. Do you ever score an own goal?
think I did.
Also, the other question I have for you.
Never tracked back in our box enough to
I was gonna
score.
say, where were you on corners? Where would you go on corners? Did you get put on a post? Were you one of them?
I'd be on some post or edge of the box.
Always out of the way, kind of.
Or usually post or spare man to go and stop the 2v1. That's a faithful one.
So you got Richard Dunn, Stephen Ireland, Adebayor. Adebayor, of course, famously scored the goal against Arsenal and
It's
then
got to be done, isn't it?
belted it.
No. I'm going Stephen Ireland there.
I think
Really?
Alano is the last one.
Alana,
So there's been a lot
yeah.
of talk about Alano. He was like...
He was cult, weren't he?
Yeah.
Cult hero. He
Yeah.
was.
And he was... I was just saying to Scott, like... I can't remember where it was, but like FPL was sort of starting to get going, and he was like the first 2 months of the season, he just kept scoring like bangers.
Bang like 30 yarders, weren't
Yeah.
they? Bang. Left peg. Was he a left pegger?
Maybe.
I'm pretty sure he was left pegger.
It's a tough one, this. I don't think it's Adebayor. It's Stephen Ireland's a funny one. He was a good player.
He was a really
Yeah.
good player.
Yeah, he was awesome. He's going through like he had a couple of years there. He's run the
Yeah.
show, didn't he? He was their main man.
Some shocking tattoos though.
Did he?
Shocking,
He's got the angel wings on his back.
Oh,
the
is
big
it?
one.
Oh, do you not
He's
like
got-
that? Beckham's got that.
I like it in 2005.
Oh, hey, come on.
Oh,
Come
right,
on,
it's
that's
gone.
not-
All right,
that's it.
fair enough.
He had the pink Land Rover, didn't he? As well? Stephen
It was someone I always wanted to get on
To do well.
on the show.
Oh, right.
Yeah, and it was a bit elusive. So I think he kind of for that he fits the
Yeah.
Okay.
kind of
Bit
fits
of an
the sort of
ambiguity.
All right,
brief,
let's go
yeah.
Stephen
Okay.
Ireland. Then. Let's give him it for that.
Alano watching this on YouTube is just screaming. right
Yeah.
now.
Punching the wall somewhere in Brazil.
Man United, too good to have Barclaysman. I think there's two I
Yeah.
can think of: Luke Chadwick and Alan Smith.
Chadders.
He came on soccer, mint lad.
Great
Was he a good
lad.
lad?
Wasn't he? Absolute
Yeah.
quality.
Yeah.
Loved it.
Yes.
He used to get a lot of stick, and
Yeah, he did.
but he was so kind of like I don't know. I loved having him on because the chat was great.
Yeah.
You forget,
Been there,
he'd
done it, innit?
He's been
Been
there,
around
yeah,
some
exactly.
big
That,
hitters.
yeah,
Yeah.
There hasn't. I mean, I was going to check.
Who
Jonathan Greening,
Jono.
Champions League winner.
Again, yeah. Top man Scarborough,
the
athletic
bench.
manager now.
He was a good player, Jonathan
Yeah,
Greening.
was a very
really
good player.
good player. And Alan Smith, who was confusing because obviously he was a striker.
Yeah.
And then he just went and played in midfield.
Yeah. I was with him at MK Dons right at the end, Smith.
Yeah.
He was quality.
I had my
wasn't he?
last training session with him. Me and him was injured. He leant on me. My knee buckled. I went, "That do me." I think.
Really?
Yeah, I felt like glass ornament. He said, "I'll follow you." It's 6 months after he tinned it.
I loved him.
He's great.
Can you imagine if you were a Leeds fan and Alan Smith was playing for you,
Yeah.
your team?
Yeah.
That's like he's
he was a great
kind of
lad.
real cult hero,
Yeah,
wasn't he?
Shout.
Good player.
Luke or Alan then? Who's your vote? Ultimate Boxman. You seem affectionate to Luke.
I'm going to give it to Cheddars, but it's not all that. It's not about me, lads.
It
You know
is.
what I
You
mean?
give it a Chadders.
We'll give it a chance. That's fine. Newcastle. We've got Ben Arthur, Nobby Solano. So, question here from Nobby
Oh,
Solano.
no knob, really.
Anyone you? He played the trumpet, didn't he? So we got a story here. You guys looking at each other. Anyone?
I've got a couple of knob.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had a 2-day bend in Newcastle with Nobby.
Did ya?
Yeah.
Wow. How
Brilliant.
did that? Where were you
I
playing
don't know.
together?
Where was I? Ipswich. Went to Newcastle with Nutty Michael Chopra. Meant to be a day. Ended up in 2 days. We went out. Just had a great time. And found out Nobby was just cooking me. What happened? Went back to Nobby's house. He loves cooking.
Did
He just started cooking us like stuck on steak skewers.
Oh, nice.
And I'm like, what's the script? No, you've got all the family round. I'm like, this is a fucking
he?
weird
Are you
turn.
like steaming as well, though?
Me and Chops were absolutely gonski and Nob. Nob's like fucking doing all the wok stuff on the wok. I'm like, no, it's just a weird turnout.
That is
But
weird.
yeah,
Did he get
Nob-
the trumpet out?
I think so, yeah. He's a bit of a character Nob, isn't he? But lovely man. I think he just likes to bring you all in and entertain. I think that's his background. Yeah. He's doing these Peru. He's out in Peru now. I think he was like coaching the country. Yeah, I
He's
think
got
he
some
was
good goals,
assistant coach. Yeah, he's wicked. No.
So you got Ben Arthur, Nobby Solano, Shea Given, Johan Cabaye, Papa Cisse, Demba Ba, Lauren Robert.
Lauren Robert.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Philippe Albert? Oh no, it's new.
Maybe just a bit. Yeah, he's a
Yeah.
Carlingsman. He's
Yeah,
a
he's a
Carlingsman. Not a
Carlingsman.
Barclaysman, sadly.
I would go.
Who do you want to give it to?
Lauren Robert.
He's got some goals.
Mate, he was unbelievable, weren't he?
Yeah.
I need a whittle.
He was kind of like. Do you want to go? Go for
I
it.
need a whittle. Can I go?
You're right, I need as well.
Yeah, go.
I have to have one of these lemon, whatever they are.
Do you remember when we were doing the shoot for when we worked together at Bull Street. And basically, we were at this school, and there was this like 8-year-old kid walking along, and I went, "We're filming." You hammered me for. You hammered me for it. We're like, "All right, Jimmy's like an 8-year-old kid playing with a football."
Did I? But I think I can vaguely remember.
I was like, "We're filming." Yeah. Because I was just like, it was getting to that point where it was getting a bit tired.
Yeah, and I was like, "Calm down."
You hammered me for about 2 weeks. Right. Okay. Tottenham.
Tottenham.
We've got Nico Cranchaw, Dimitar Berbatov, Jermaine Defoe, Aaron Lennon, Moussa Dembele, not having him. Too good. And everyone rates him too much.
Yeah.
And Ledley King, probably too good as well. Nico Cranchaw, Redknapp's boy. Went to Portsmouth, went to QPR, went to Tottenham.
Yeah.
He bloody loved him. Were you anyone's manager's pet?
Not really.
No.
I had too many not arguments, too many debates, I suppose, to be a teacher's pet. No player could go, "Oh, you're a teacher's pet." But I got real close to Paul Jewell.
Paul Jewell. And what, you didn't play for Redknapp? I feel like you'd be a Redknapp signing.
I did West Ham. He's the one that signed me.
Oh, right.
But I didn't break into the first team.
Right. Queen's Park Rangers, finally we're here. We've got Charlie Austin, Adel Tarapt, Junior Hoylett, Jibril Cisse, Clint Hill.
You didn't pick the
World
Tottenham
class.
one, though.
Oh, sorry. I was just getting excited. I saw QPR. All right, yeah. Who do you want to pick for Tottenham? Who do you want to pick for Tottenham?
I would go Cranchaw.
Gotta be Cranchaw, innit?
Really?
You're not feeling
Stylish.
Cranchaw? No?
Not Lennon.
Cranchaw's far more... he's more vibes in it. There's more aura there.
Really?
Lennon was like... He was devastating. But he
Mate,
was just
you
like, get to the byline, cross it in, wasn't he? He liked
So
the
it
little
ain't just
chip.
about how you play football.
No, it's the whole package. This Jim,
Yeah.
I'm learning as I go.
The
That's not
essence.
just how you play
But
football.
you just said, yeah, but Cranchaw used to do this and that.
But Cranchaw's like a... he's a Croatian Bullard.
No.
Okay, it's Cranchaw.
One
So easy when you put it like that.
Yeah. Right. QPR. Charlie Austin.
Tarat.
Yeah.
Tarapt.
Come on.
Trap.
Junior
on.
Hoylett.
People
He
come
was
for you.
a joke.
People
What he
come
used
for
to
you.
do, just for all of us, like to entertain, bums off seats, like everything, talisman. Like you talk about Maverick, like come on, what he used to do. His manager coming out saying, "I wouldn't trust him," and then put it. It's just like the old story about Adele and
The Moroccan Lee Trundle. I
Yeah,
would
I think
say.
that's fair enough. Yeah, I'm just
I
saying
love-
Nedum Manua's name because he's a friend of the pod because I don't want to chuck him in there. Obviously, but I think he's fair. I
think Nedum would
doesn't just
understand.
pipped out to Adel Tarapt. Yeah, man, Adel Tarapt was a joke.
Yeah.
I really would like. You see all these streets won't forget kind of things, and the thing that kills me is that I remember it so vividly. It was a game against Crystal Palace. He took a corner, the ball kind of went out, like 45 yards out over to sort of right back position, right? And he sort of went off to get it. And Darren Ambrose went to like press him. And it's like we've got the right back's back. That's it. And he just megsed him there. And
Just
it was just
there.
like,
what
if
if
he'd
you
lost
give
it
that?
there,
Yeah.
yeah.
But there's no. This is what I'm saying. There was no thought in his head. He's like, I'm going to open him and do it. Like there's no thought.
No.
But that's what made him him.
Yeah.
That's why he was so good and positive in what he done.
and the more intense the moment was, like that, he could trust the nutmeg more. Do you know what I mean? Because
Yeah.
it's like penalty when people go
Yeah,
through the
of
middle.
course.
It's that kind of thing.
No,
I think.
absolutely. Have more ball. And what they do as well, if you watch, who's the other one that used to do it? Messi used to do serious nuts. Didn't? But what he waits right to the last minute, drag it, and then they go boom. You got to have patience and balls to do that, haven't
Yeah.
you? As you said, it's like the centre strike down the middle. You wait, delay. It's like delay. Oh, we ain't going to do it now. Oh, really? Boom. So, you're like, it's just frightening.
Double bluff, isn't it?
Yeah, he used to, but he used to do it with studs as well, didn't he?
Yeah, he loved to roll.
He used to go whoop
Yeah.
whoop.
Yeah. Frightening.
There was one bit at Tottenham. It come up on my timeline the other day, and the centre half. I think it's Tom Huddleston or one of them.
I've been Ledley King.
It might have been,
Yeah.
and they go, "Oh no!" It's the most
Yeah, he
sickening
goes like-
thing. Yeah, they
yeah.
go, "Oh my
He looks
god!"
away, doesn't he?
You go, "Whoop, whoa!"
All right.
It's like it's
I
a
think he was
filthy
17
bit of
then at
skill.
Tottenham.
Yeah,
17.
filthy bit of skill.
Still playing. Adele, if you're listening, just come home.
Yeah.
We just want to see you, please. Just sit there, two-guy it. Stoke, monsters. Pulis Ball. How did you cope with Pulis Ball?
Do you know what? For me, Stoke was quite. It was okay. I used to for me personally, I used to really enjoy Stoke because I'd play long balls. I'd play slightly deeper so I could get their second balls, and then it wasn't like that good technically, and they was all beasts. So I just used to get around as long as I wasn't touched by any of them. Just used to stay in gaps. I used to always play well at Stoke.
Really?
But yeah, I could.
Windy, isn't it?
Yes, windy, dark. All of that. Where everyone, for some reason, I just don't think the sun shined over Stoke. It was just horrible place. But I do remember.
Got Alton Towers.
I do. Oh yeah, that's good. I do remember that they always had good players.
Yeah.
And it was always like you had to be on it. Do you get what I mean? You knew what you was getting.
So yeah, we got some. How would you accept that style of play at FC Bullard?
Absolutely not.
I think probably not. I mean, I would have to defer to the El Presidente, but look, there's more than one way to skin a cat, and I think that if we needed to play a bit longer, then we can mix it up. As Jimmy alluded to earlier, there's a big difference between a long ball and a long pass. When Glenn Hoddle was hitting 50-yard diagonals, pinpoint, no one was saying, "Oh, stop that, Glenn."
Yeah, no, well, stop that. And I love the way he puts it. But I would also say, and we talked about this quite a lot for years. You get like that end of the scale, like City at that end of the scale, tiki-taka, right? What about the other end of the scale if you just went 6'4"ers? Like you had a club philosophy, as you goes, you don't sign anyone under 6'5". They've all got to be like 17 stoners. They've got to be athletes. They've got to be able to run through a wall. They're all really good at taking on communication.
I'd love to see it.
Animals, but we're going 3 up. And we've got to always imagine we're 2-0 down, 90th minute. And that's how we're going to play. Clump! Oh, mate, you'd be on for a game. I don't give a shit who you are. Imagine if that was your philosophy. You had like long throws as fullbacks. Just propel it forward at every opportunity.
In terms of like use of your like funds as well. Do you know what I mean? You could probably get that gargantuan dude for like, because you're not asking for like technical quality, are you?
No,
so you
but
can get him on the cheap.
They've got to be able to play.
You need
though.
some guys.
I
mean, you're like you
go into NBA and go, cool. He looks half tidy. That stature.
LeBron, come here.
England front row.
Yeah. Imagine one of them. Put them up top. Do you remember when they slung David James on up top?
Yeah,
Piercing.
Yeah, but John
he must be so sick of talking
John
about
Mackham was on the bench.
Yeah, fuming.
I love that story, John Mackham.
Imagine that.
So good.
So strange that one. He munched like David. Do you see the footage?
He just halved him.
He did. It's like soccer aid, wasn't it? It was like soccer aid.
He munched.
He did.
He halved. Just
horrible,
like
like,
quad eye.
His feet, there's like width of the laptop. That's grim. Right, so Rory Delap, Ken Wine-Jones, Charlie Adam, Ricardo Fuller, Ryan Shawcross, Robert Huth, and Jonathan Walters. Stacked Barclaysman here because I think you got Delap.
Do you remember when Askell and J-Mo went at it? Do you remember we had them on Soccer AM? So we had 2 alpha males here. David James and
James Askell.
James Askell.
Right.
Oh.
And it's gone up, like, air's gone. And we're on I always
break.
remember this, we're on a break. He's talking about his art or something. And Ask weren't having none of it and started putting it on J-Mo. So, no, just break your arm, just break your hand or something like that, didn't he? And James was like, no. And it all went like, I was going, is this going to go off here or what?
But then, because they're both like DJ, they were having to go.
Right,
they
DJ
were sort of like, having to do each other.
It was proper weird. I was going, this is so weird.
Right.
It was good.
Get to the break.
It was good.
Grim. I think it's Ricardo Fuller. Although, no, we've got Rory Delap. Got to be Rory Delap in at the throw.
Yeah. Oh, gosh. It's tricky, that.
I want to refer to you at all times here, fellas.
Ricardo Fuller.
It's got to be Ricardo Fuller.
He's
Let's
got
go.
a suite
Let's go.
in Stoke.
Let's go. Ricardo
again?
Fuller.
Sure, there's a bar in the stadium called the Ricardo Fuller Bar.
Does
That's
that mean it's too much
Barclays.
of it? Although
That's
we've given it to...
That is bar. That is. If you've got a bar named that, 100%.
Do you know what? It's never empty. It's always full of fans.
Yeah, really good.
Oh, that is awesome. That's what he does. You might as well go there.
What ale have they got?
Fuller. Yes! Shit, my pants. I couldn't get it wrong. That's his name.
What?
What ale do
What ale have they got? Fuller.
Fullers.
Fullers.
Fullers, isn't it? Right.
I went to Huddersfield to the John Smith Stadium the other week. What was the weather like? What
was the weather? Go on, what was it like?
What was the
I went
weather
to the
like?
John Smith Stadium the other week at Huddersfield.
What was the weather like?
Bitter.
See what I'm
Sounds like good, doesn't it?
That's what he says. I love stealing a gag from Soccer. Okay, so go on, Ricardo, fella. Sunderland, Stefan Sessegnon, Seb Larson. Good shout. Craig Gardner, Lee Catamol, Phil Bardsley, Darren Bent, Wes Brown you've chucked in there.
Had some
Leeds
ding dongs
United.
with cats. Catamol. Yeah.
Did ya?
He was fierce little fucker. Yeah. Yeah.
Who do you want to go
He
with?
did have his shirt tucked in, didn't he?
Yeah, he used to have high
Yeah.
shorts, didn't
Yeah. It's a bit
Cool.
like you. Maybe, Maybe
went
you
for an-
inspired him, Jim.
he? Yeah. Let's go Catamol.
Yeah, all right.
Yeah.
Swansea, I think this will be an easy one. You got Michu, Wilfred Bonney, Wayne Routledge, Nathan Dyer, Joe Allen, Angel Rangel.
Best
Leon-
name in football. That.
Is that Swansea?
Best name in
Yeah.
football. That.
Leon Britton, gotta be.
Leon Britton's the last name. Yeah, Michael or Michelle Vaughan. Michael Vaughan.
Michelle.
Do you know Leon Britton?
I was with him at West Ham when he
That's
first
it.
came over. Yeah.
Played at Routledge as well, yeah?
Wayne Routledge,
Yeah.
yes,
Yeah.
yes. I would say
I think miss you.
Yeah.
That. He was a joke, wasn't he, that season?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was going to say, yeah, is there anyone else you play with just like, they were just
think
utterly
if
on
you-
fire, like, and you just no one could really understand what was going on. We had, do you remember Patrick Agyemang?
yes.
Yeah.
He had this sort of 7-game patch where he just
Preston.
he was at QPR, but he couldn't stop scoring,
Yeah, he
and
used-
it just stopped.
Yeah. No, you do. It's confidence in it. I just think you go for a little.
I think Michu had some injuries as well, didn't he? But yeah, I think it's got to be Michu here. I'm gonna put my foot down. Portsmouth.
It's weird, this, right? Because when you're going off of a Barclaysman, I think if you was to have to ask a fan of that club, I think a lot of it would be who's your long serving as well.
Maybe,
Do you know what I mean?
or sort of they were kind of part of the good times.
Like
is the
no
thing as well,
chance,
isn't it?
I would say a Swansea going for Michu over like a Leon Britton.
Do you think?
He is loved at Swansea.
Michu. Or Leon Britton.
Yeah.
Britton, yeah.
Britton, that's
Good
what I'm
player, tidy
saying.
when he was so
Yeah.
tidy.
Like you can put whatever you want over it.
He's pushing for Britain. Do you want Britain?
If you want,
If you want Britain, say it.
I'm pushing for Britton or Routledge.
Britain had talent.
Britain had talent.
Him and Joe Allen as well.
Joe Allen, mate, do you know what? That's a shout. No, I got it. So,
The thing is, he's come up in 3 podcasts in the past and you've done the same joke. Is that
I'll
it?
tell you what, if you carry on taking the piss. No, all right then. We'll
J-Mo
see.
Haskell.
All right,
We'll
we'll see
see.
then.
We'll
You take the piss, fellas.
We'll
All right,
see.
we'll see afterwards when the door's shut then. Turn them cameras off
We'll
now
go to
then.
Britain. We'll go Britain.
Yeah, let's go.
Right. Portsmouth. Sylvain Distin, Pedro Mendes, Matt Taylor, David James.
Matty Taylor with his left foot bomb. Come
Love the
on,
goal.
man.
Love
He
the
was
looping.
volley,
Love the
yeah.
looping 60-yard shot.
You
didn't
should
he?
just hit him. But it's a liberty, wasn't it?
It was a liberty, yeah. Lasana Diarra. A lot of people wanted you to talk about him, but the story's out there already. I've seen it.
Oh, dear, yeah.
it has been a
it's
joke, right?
frightening.
And David Nugent pitched the goal, didn't he?
Yes.
Pitched the goal for England.
Yeah.
Nuge,
All right,
yeah.
man.
100% record.
Stole it. Good stuff.
Yes, Nuge, yeah.
For me, I've got Sol Campbell here as well. Fair enough, but Dad probably had too good a career. Pedro Mendes and Matt Taylor are the two I've got in my head.
I think so. Go on.
I would go Matt Taylor.
I would.
Yeah.
I would. I just
I'm okay
think
with
he
that.
done
Energy,
a little
didn't
bit
he?
more. And
Yeah.
Consolation.
when you think of Portsmouth back then, Matty Taylor.
It's that.
Just-
All I see is that.
Yeah.
It's a little loopy
What was
shot.
the keepers doing there? Just
Yeah.
like, surely you go, oh, Matty Taylor's playing. He's shooting anywhere. Be careful.
It was that ball though again. I think it just got people going.
Right,
They just have a
okay.
whack.
Yeah.
Now, Gerrard used
Yeah.
to score so many long range goals at
Yeah.
that time. Speaking of which, West Brom, long range Barclaysman here. James Morrison, Chris Brunt, sticking with that bit. Thomas Hitzelsberger.
Yes.
Um,
James Morrison still got his jean shirt.
Hitzelsberger's not in my head's not.
I
West
think
Brom
Villa.
player,
don't
it's Villa.
you?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
Peter Odemwingie. Any
Yeah.
near miss transfer stories, or this was the other thing. Any players that you thought were gone, and then next day didn't happen, and they sort of like had to come back, tail between their legs.
Oh, no, reversal. I'm trying to think of some.
That must be. You must get absolutely mullered
It's
going back
funny
in the
though,
dressing
isn't
room.
Because do players ever give it the big and going, I'm gone, mate. Just so you know, I'm off to wherever I'm off to. Or they keep it quiet?
No, it didn't happen with me so
No?
much. No.
Okay.
It must happen, though.
Yeah.
But it didn't, no.
There's no one. It's like you, especially with like.
I was the one
Sky Sports
giving it.
News
I'm
or-
gone.
yeah. See you later. Having your biffed around. So yeah, we've got a quick ripple here. Tony Pulis was years ahead of his time. Often looked back upon as a defensive manager, but was his team at West Brom revolutionary? Because of West Brom, he often packed his back four with as much height as possible. Craig Dawson at right back, Jonas Olsen, Johnny Evans in the middle, and Alan Neom, at left back. Fast forward a few years, look at Arsenal, look at Man City. But does Tony Pulis get the credit? No, he doesn't. Chris Brunt and James Morrison loved a screamer. Absolutely loved a screamer.
Yeah.
I think the answer's Chris Brunt.
I would go Chris Brunt.
Yeah.
I would.
He loved a screamer. Oh, are we just leaning into screamers here? But I think that's just what West Brom have.
Yeah, so you got to think of the compilation.
You got to think of the competition. You're right. Wigan. Here we go. Can I look at your squad for a second? It's wild. The goalkeepers.
John Violent.
John Phelan, Mike Pollitt, Gary Walsh.
Walshy,
Gary Walsh.
I forgot he was there. Gary Walsh.
Oh, when I saw that, I was like, what?
Yeah.
God, so many names here. Like Chimbonda, Matt Jackson, Stefan Henchos.
Andy Liddell. Is Andy Liddell not there?
Andy Liddell.
He should
I'm
be.
seeing it. Neil Mellor's knocking about here.
Teddy Ruxpin. That's what we used to call him. Teddy Ruxpin. He used to look like. Do you remember Teddy Ruxpin? Neil Mellors. Alan Marr went, hang on a minute, he looks like Teddy Ruxpin. Oh, no.
That must happen all the time, like something clicks, or you get the face where they're like, I'm not happy with that, and like, you're finished. Right?
Yeah,
That nickname's
also,
in.
we named like Ryan Taylor signed for us. And
Yeah, he's in it. Yeah. Aaron Dazoo.
And we see him like, I just remember I said, God, you know, I look like a Tony. And he went,
Tony?
what do you mean? Like, he just looked like a Tony to me. His name
Like,
should.
oh,
I kept getting his name wrong. I was like, Tone. He said, Jim, it's Ryan in the end. Gaffer put his name up, Tony Taylor. I feel like the gaffer's bought in it. It's a blinder.
Love that.
But Andy Liddell has got to be in there. I think Andy Liddell won the
was that the championship?
first and champ with Wigan.
Yeah.
And he
Jason
is.
Roberts in here, David Thompson. Some really good players, man. David Connolly, Gary Teal.
I tell you what is weird, when your players who you're playing with all becomes a member of staff. So Andy Liddell, when I went back to Ipswich, me and him used to have a load of needle, like it was ruthless. And then all of a sudden he's the warm-up coach, or he's what do you call him? What do you call like a bloke who takes warm-ups? What do you call him?
Fitness coach.
Yeah, he's fit there. That's it. He's a fitness. It wasn't that hard, was it?
Damning on all of us though. No one can call it.
So he was a fitness coach at Ipswich, but now I'm trying to have a bit of funny with him, and he's like, "Nah, I'm in professional mode." There, it's just so weird going back to that. Do you get what I mean? But I used to always see him as Lids, and it's just weird and horrible, and I didn't like it. But,
Got some great players in this time. Lee McCulloch, Victor Moses,
Jig.
Hugo Rodallega,
yes,
Franco Di Santo,
yeah,
Antonio Valencia,
yeah.
Figueroa.
Yeah.
He scored a wallop, didn't he, as well, from
Yes.
a million miles
A
out?
lot of them in
His old
youth
half.
school. Ben Watson scored the goal in
Ben
FA
Watson,
Cup.
yeah, good shout.
Yeah.
Amir Zaki.
See, they're all players
once
after
he's
me.
gone.
See,
Ali Al-Habsi.
what they've done there, what that list has forgotten the people that put Wigan on the map. That's what that has done. That's what they have done.
Fair point.
Do you remember, Matt Jackson? He used to book all our holidays and stuff. Jacko was brilliant. So far, the gaffer's arse is unreal. And all you can see, his other nickname was Toenails. That's all you can see was that going from the gaffer's sphincter. Go on, Toenails, get in there. Sort the holiday out. Oh, he ripped me head off.
So hang on, is Bulldog not in this list then?
Well, yeah, gosh, that's a good point. We've not put Bullard in
Added
there.
in the Fulham.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Well, we've not picked you yet. Yeah, that's
No,
true.
I definitely belong in the Barclays men at Wigan.
I think, okay,
Yeah.
there's your answer,
Yeah.
Bullard. Easy.
Come on.
You sort of
Peak.
like, you own
First div,
it.
champ,
Yeah.
prem,
Yeah.
domination,
Essence.
essence,
All
mullet.
the points all over the
Yeah.
shop. Yeah, he had it all. So, yeah, Bullard. Easy win there, of course.
Well done, Jim.
We've got last
Is
few.
Arjun Dazoo there?
I said him in the squad. But yeah, he's at Barnsley, wasn't he, as well? Is that?
Was he?
Yeah, way back when.
Paul Sharner.
Paul Shana, Space Cat.
Yeah.
He invited us. He's
He went back, didn't he?
I went, invited us, went, come round my house for an housewarming party. He slung us all in the fucking garage. And put all heaters on and give us all fur coats. I'm like, what's happening?
What, and then
Chance,
gave
get
you
us
some
in.
drink?
Yeah, just give us some drink and put us all in the garage.
And his
"You're-
wife wouldn't let you in.
His
or
wife,
something.
missus wouldn't let us in. I said, take my shoes off. She went, no. They wouldn't let us in, the two weirdos. We're in there with all eaters. I said, he's a weirdo, him, mate.
I'm out.
Yeah. But Sean, yeah.
Couple to finish off here then. Wolves, Kevin Doyle, Ebans Blank, Matt Jarvis, Stephen Fletcher.
Kevin Doyle for me.
Yeah, all day long.
Yeah. Ask any Wolves fan.
Yeah,
Him.
Okay. West Ham, Dean Ashton, Zamora, Etherington, Noble. Noble, as good as he
Too
was.
good.
I'd love to talk football with Mark Noble, but he knows so many.
Yeah, he's hard. I've asked him for a few things, Nose, and I don't know. He's hard to get hold
Yeah,
of.
he's coaching away.
I suppose he's upstairs now as well. Isn't he?
West Ham, I feel like, are we missing someone here?
Yeah, I don't know. That doesn't feel like a very comprehensive West Ham list. No.
Arguably, you could put Payet in it. Just made it into the Barclays.
Too good.
Too good.
Too good.
Mate, do you not think?
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe
Yelovich.
you're right.
He was at West Ham.
No. Stop crowbarring Yelovich.
I might go for Kev Nolan there. You know.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Yeah. He missed out at Bolton. I'm okay with that. Go on then. Nolan. Well, in fairness. And last up, Hull City. We've got Boaz Myhill, George Boateng, Giovanni. Did you play with Giovanni?
Giovanni's brilliant.
Talk to me about him.
Just, do you know what? I don't talk about him enough. Gio was quality. Like,
So for anyone who doesn't know him, he's like
He was
the
the-
little Brazilian.
yeah, stocky, strong. Had one hell of a ping on him. He's at Man City, weren't he, as well? He's at City, yeah.
Was he?
Yeah, he's at City before he come to Hull. And do you know what? He was the first one that I see probably would constantly just hit wobble ball. You know when you shot?
Oh right, yeah.
The wobble ball. He'd hit that all the time. And I got my... Because that ball only... That shot or free kick, that only started coming in late, like Ronaldo. The first ever one I did see was the boy from Lyon.
Janino.
Janino's the first one who took liberties. But actually physically seeing, and I used to go, she's like, how are you hitting this ball? He said, I just stretch.
Stretch.
Yeah, and that's when I said to you, and I went, what do you mean, like, stretch? He says, the further the ball's away from me, I get wobble, but he goes, problem is, goes high up. But if I get it like that, no goalie in the world saving it. He used to hit these missiles, mate. He used to stretch, almost missed the ball, and it'd go, woo, woo. I'd be like, that's unbelievable.
Wow.
And I started trying
try
it,
it,
and
yeah.
it would work.
Wow.
It would work. Tell you what you didn't get. You didn't get the low scuttlers. You know the scuzzers that are under you, and you had no, and it just bobbled through Keita. Keita would just gather it. You never got that. You'd get something vicious on it.
It's almost like you've got to point your toe enough so that it doesn't go over.
Well, because you're stretching so much, it's always going to go up. Do you get what I mean? And then you're back here. So
Like,
it's
you
like
topspin it maybe a
it was
little bit.
almost his body's over it, but his foot's stretching. It's a weird technique. And Frank had it.
Yeah.
Frankie Lamps had it, massive. And if you watch him, the ball ain't under him. They're like, it's quite far out. It's a weird technique. Real good technique, though. But he used to hit it on the run as well.
Oh, really?
Like dribble and boom, this ball would come out. Blimey, but he was quality.
Amazing. That's it.
Yeah.
We need those players.
Strong. And he had that as well, you know, when, like, check the player. So the ball, and he'd see the player going in, he'd check him, strong legs, and he'd sort of trip the player and just roll out the other way. He had that. He'd do that 2-3 times a game.
Love that.
It was quality.
Amazing. And yeah, that's our last one. It's got to be him, right? He's
Yeah.
the winner there. Easy. Got managers here. Just reel off a list here. Barclaysman managers: Redknapp, Pardew, Allardyce, David Moyes, Owen Coyle, Roy Hodgson, Ian Holloway, Steve Bruce, Alex McLeish, Mick McCarthy, Tony Pulis, Paul Jewell. Who would you like to be your Barclaysman manager? I'm going to chuck a Paul Jewell at the end there.
Can I go for Alex McLeish? Because he's sort of a mate.
No, you can't.
Okay.
Do you know what? Again, I'm probably saying a Carlingsman here, but we've not got in there, and he would always be 33-1 for every job. Kirbishley. Always 33-1 for about a decade.
Yes.
But that's more of a Carlingsman, I'll probably say.
For
do you know what?
me-
Maybe it's just because you're with me. I like Joel, you know.
No.
Did well, didn't he? Did well in the Prem.
He did do well. Do you know what?
What are you saying, Jim? Come on. What are you saying? taking his time.
I love Ian Holloway.
I love Ian
Yeah.
so much.
Just like,
I'm. Yeah, he's for friend as well. So
I think he gives you everything.
Oh, you
Yeah,
got,
he
you haven't
does.
got to convince me when it comes to
I
Ian
think he
Holloway.
gives you everything. Yeah.
Adore him. Absolutely adore him. Right, Holloway wins. Easy. Love that. Boys, it's been a joy.
Thank you so much.
Been a joy. I know I've taken up way too much of your time.
No, don't be
But
silly.
absolutely
Loved it,
loved it,
boys.
lads.
Thanks for having us on.
Thank you so much. FC Bullard is the podcast you need to follow
Thanks,
or
Jimbo.
subscribe to. They're on YouTube. It's a good time. You need to invest in it. Do it. Do it today.